St. Johns County is ranked among the best in the state, and it continues to attract people from all over the country who are prioritizing education. But as families dig into the move, they often realize the big question isn't just, are the schools good? The real question is, will this school be right for my child? And then that snowballs into other concerns like zoning, class sizes, commute times, tuition costs, and even extracurriculars. So if you're planning a move to St. Johns County, this is one of those things you have to get clarity on early, because it can impact where you live, how much you spend, and how your family settles in. If we haven't met before, I'm JoshRogers. I've been a licensed real estate agent here in Florida for over 15 years, and my team and I help people make confident moves to St. Johns County by helping them find homes that match their lifestyle and goals. And if you're in research mode right now, definitely want to check out our Facebook group. You'll find real conversations with people who are already living here or just like you, planning a move and looking for honest feedback. Let's start with why families constantly bring this up. Even though St. Johns County isn't currently ranked #1 in the state, it's still a top performer academically. That reputation brings in a ton of interest. You've probably already seen the name pop up in school ranking websites or relocation blogs. But here's the tricky part. Not all public schools are created equal, even in a high-performing district. Different neighborhoods feed into different school zones, and the differences between schools, especially in size, programs, and ratings, can be a game changer. That means your home search and your school goals have to work together. It's not just about finding the right house, it's about making sure that house lines up with what your family actually needs day to day. Public schools in St. Johns County are free to attend, funded through local taxes, and zoned by address. That means where you live determines where your kids go. The zoning maps are usually easy to pull up online, but they can change when new developments pop up or schools reach capacity. Schools like Creekside, Nice, and Bartram Trail are well-known high schools in the area. And some of the elementary and middle schools in Nocatee and Ponte Vedra have excellent reputations and strong parent involvement. But even within the same zip code, you can find different school zones. That's why it's super important to verify the zoning for a specific property before falling in love with a home. Also, class sizes can vary by school, and with the rapid growth in the area, some schools are more crowded than others. That can affect things like student-teacher ratio, access to programs, and the overall learning environment. Now, on the private side, you've got a range of options: religious, independent, Montessori style, and everything in between. Bowles, Providence, Palmer Catholic Academy, and San Juan del Rio are a few that come up in conversations with families looking for smaller class sizes or a different educational approach. Some families lean toward private schools for faith-based education, others because they want more academic rigor or structure, and some because of experiences with bullying or lack of resources in their previous public schools. Private schools do come with a price tag. Tuition can range from $6,000 to over $20,000 per year, depending on the school, grade level, and whether you have multiple kids enrolled. That's why it's important to look beyond just ratings. Visit campuses, ask about scholarships or financial aid, look into what extracurriculars they offer, what support programs are in place, and how far it is from your house. Honestly, this is one of those decisions that's hard to figure out just from a website. That's why I always recommend connecting with people who are actually living it. Our Facebook group is the perfect place for that. You'll find families talking openly about why they chose public or private, what the transitions have been like, what traffic looks like during drop-off, and even what aftercare or sports teams are like. So while you're gathering info, join the group and ask your questions. You'll get answers from people who are walking through the same season right now. Now let's go back to zoning for a minute. With public schools, zoning limits your flexibility. Your home address is tied to a specific school zone. You can request a variance, but those aren't always approved, and there's often a waiting list. Private schools, on the other hand, open up more flexibility in terms of where you live. You could live further out and still have access to the school you want. But the trade-off is usually the commute and the cost. Also, private schools might have smaller student bodies, which can mean more individual attention, but also fewer sports, clubs, or electives to choose from. It really depends on the size and focus of the school. St. John's public schools offer a huge variety of extracurriculars: sports, theater, robotics, student government, AP, and dual enrollment programs, you name it. Some schools even partner with local colleges for early college credits. Private schools sometimes offer more tailored options or place a stronger emphasis on things like faith, leadership, or service hours. Smaller class sizes might mean your child has a better shot at making the team or participating in multiple activities. But if your child is really into a specific activity like marching band, competitive soccer, or AP science tracks, you'll want to ask very specific questions to make sure that school offers what they need. There's no clear winner between public and private here. It truly comes down to what's most important to you. Public schools here offer excellent education without the cost of tuition, but you need to navigate zoning and possible crowding in some areas. Private schools offer flexibility and a more customized experience, but with added expenses and potential trade-offs in programs or commute time. So I'd encourage you to prioritize your values. What do you want daily life to look like? What kind of learning environment helps your child thrive? What can your budget comfortably support, factoring in tuition and lifestyle? So if you're seriously considering making the move to St. Johns County and school options are one of your biggest priorities, just shoot me a text. Whether you're just starting to explore or you've already got a neighborhood in mind, we can help guide you through finding the perfect home that fits your family needs, lifestyle, and budget. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.